cut asunder with a sword of wisdom this doubt in your heart that is born of ignorance, resort to yoga and stand up, O Bharata, Arjuna. Shri Krishna tells Arjuna to be firm in yoga and not in doubt, because it is impossible to remain steady in doubt. He says that doubt is born of ignorance, and this doubt resides in one's heart. This has to be cut asunder with what? The sword of wisdom. Shri Krishna can see that Arjuna's mind is running around, and so he tells him to be firm in yoga. The human mind runs around a lot and always trembles. Until there is no steadiness, there cannot be any development or advancement in life. The funny thing is that one's mind runs a lot when doing good deeds, but not when performing bad deeds. When someone has to do a wrong deed, then they do it quickly and cover it up, hoping that nobody finds out about it. But when someone thinks about doing a good deed, then they wonder whether they should do it now, tomorrow, or the day after. They think about when it will be convenient for them to do the thing. The mind runs around a lot. People make the decision to do good deeds and yet do not do them, and this shows their unsteadiness. On the other side, there is other extremity that when performing a bad deed, their voice inside keeps telling them not to do the thing, and yet they still do it. Their voice inside keeps telling them to do the good thing, and yet they do not do it. A saint has given a very nice example that when prayers finish, then people do the arti. A person may have been able to go in front of the deity, is very happy, and thinks that he's been able to do prayers in front of the deity. He probably put £100 in the arti. The arti finishes, and people start chanting Kapura Gauram. The person then thinks that £100 may be a bit too much, and so he decides to give a £50 note. When the arti plate comes to the people in front of him, he gets out his wallets, then he thinks that £50 is a bit of a big note. So he puts a hand on the £10 note inside and decides that it's actually not £10, it's better to put a £5 note in the arti plate, as everyone else is putting £5 in. When the arti plate comes closer, then he decides that a note might get burnt, and therefore it's better for him to give a £1 coin. He thinks that the wind might blow away the note, and whereas the coin will reach the destination. He gets out his wallet with the £1 coin in his hand, and he puts it inside his fist. As the arti plate comes, then his hand begins to shake, as if the £1 coin is telling him not, £1 coin is telling him not to let it go. The arti plate is right in front of him. He says God's name while waving his hand over the flame. He puts the coin into his left hand and keeps it. How much unsteadiness has this person got? It's not as people do not resolve in their minds to do good deeds. Of course they do, but they stop from following it up into practice. That is why Shri Krishna says in this verse that one should become steady in yoga. When your mind resolves to do a good deed, then you should do it immediately. Only then will your doubts be destroyed and you will reach near to God. That is what happened to Arjuna, because he decided to go to war, but as soon as the arti plate in the form of war came near him, then his mind started running around, and he thought that he did not want to kill his own people. Shri Krishna has described this process in such a nice light. The sword of wisdom will cut the doubt in one's heart. Once one cuts it, then he or she will realize what it actually is and realize that ignorance is wrong. Shri Krishna therefore tells Arjuna to resort to yoga and what right at the end? Stand up. We must pay a lot of attention to the last two words of the 4th chapter of the Gita. What are they? Atishta and Utishta, meaning Atishto and Atishta, meaning be steady and stand up. Atishto, Atishta, meaning be ready and stand up. Until one has not become steady, he cannot stand up. Shri Krishna is also telling us to be ready, steady, and to stand up. Whenever there are doubts and there is ignorance in our lives, we should put them to one side and make them go far away. Purity is our nature. Greatness is our nature. You should attain this nature of yours. With that, we bow down to the 4th chapter Gita. Om Tatsaditi Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supanishu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Gnana Karma Samyas Yoga Nama Chaturdaya Shri Krishna Paramastu. This is the Gita Mahatmya at the end. I want you to chant it this time, one line at a time after me. Okay, right.